In this video, we are going to discuss few topics from the chapter Study of the First Element, that is Hydrogen, from the book A New Approach to ICSE Chemistry, class 9th. And the topic we are going to start is Laboratory Method of Preparation of Hydrogen Gas. In laboratory, the hydrogen gas is prepared generally by treating zinc on dilute sulfuric acid. In our previous video, hydrogen gas part 2, we have discussed how different metals react with dilute sulfuric acid or hydrochloric acid to produce hydrogen. So this topic is very much similar to that part, and hydrogen gas is prepared in laboratory by treating zinc with dilute sulfuric acid. Now, here the thing to remember is we have to take the zinc, that is granulated zinc. The granulated zinc is a zinc which is having sharp edges and is prepared by pouring molten zinc in cold water. This granulated zinc is treated with dilute sulfuric acid, and the reaction takes place at the room temperature, that is zinc sulfate and hydrogen gas is produced as the products when zinc reacts with dilute sulfuric acid. Looking to the diagram, you can see that this is a conical flask to which a thistle funnel is introduced and sulfuric acid is added to the conical flask with the help of this thistle funnel. The reaction of the granulated zinc and sulfuric acid takes place and hydrogen gas is produced, which is collected by the downward displacement of water. So this is the diagram for the preparation of hydrogen gas in laboratory. Here, the granulated zinc is used. The reason behind using granulated zinc instead of normal zinc is that granulated zinc contains copper, which are as the impurities present in the granulated zinc. This copper, which is an impurity, it acts as a catalyst in the reaction, and this catalyst speeds up the reaction and it provides the large surface area for which the reaction speeds up. That is the reason granulated zinc is used along with sulfuric acid. Now, in our previous video, we have discussed different metals which can be treated with sulfuric acid to produce hydrogen, but we don't prefer them. The zinc is usually preferred. Potassium is not preferred and sodium is also not preferred. The reason is these two metals are very much expensive and they react violently. Calcium and magnesium, these two metals are also not preferred because calcium and magnesium are expensive metals, and the second is the rate of hydrogen is very fast and it is very difficult to collect hydrogen gas when calcium or magnesium reacts with dilute sulfuric acid to produce hydrogen gas. Furthermore, aluminium is also not used. The reason is aluminium, when reacted with sulfuric acid, forms aluminium oxide, and this aluminium oxide does not allow the further reaction of aluminium with sulfuric acid, as aluminium oxide is insoluble. Iron is also not used because the reaction is very much slow and sometimes we have to give heat also for the reaction to take place, and along with it impurities such as hydrogen sulfide and sulfur dioxide gases are produced along with hydrogen gas. Lead metal is also not used because the reaction is very much slow. Moreover, we have already discussed in our previous video that lead chloride and lead sulfate are insoluble and they deposit on the lead and hence stops the further reaction. Therefore, only granulated zinc is preferred and rest of the metals are not preferred. While performing the experiment, we have to See that the experiment is done safely, so certain precautions are to be keep in our mind. The precautions are that the apparatus should be airtight. While performing the experiment with the production of hydrogen gas, let the few bubbles of hydrogen gas escapes first and then start collecting in water. The reason for letting the hydrogen gas to escape is whenever hydrogen gas combines with air, it forms explosive mixture. To avoid this, we allow few bubbles of hydrogen gas to escape first. As hydrogen gas is highly inflammable, do not bring any naked flame near the apparatus, as if there is a leakage in the apparatus, it may catch fire and make an explosive bursting of the apparatus. The last precaution is the thistle funnel which we are using to introduce or pour the hydrochloric acid. The lower end should be fully dipped in sulfuric acid so that the gas may not escape out. As the hydrogen gas is prepared with granulated zinc, there are certain impurities also which are produced along with hydrogen gas. And the name of the impurities are arsine gas, phosphine gas, hydrogen sulfide gas, sulfur dioxide gas, carbon dioxide gas, and oxides of nitrogen, which is nitrogen dioxide gas, and water vapors. As we require dry and pure hydrogen, we have to remove these impurities before collecting it into the steel cylinders. For the purification of these certain impurities, we will be using or we use 4 different compounds. The names are silver nitrate, lead nitrate, potassium hydroxide solution, and anhydrous calcium chloride. Silver nitrate solution, when the hydrogen gas along with impurities is passed through silver nitrate solution, arsine gas and phosphine gas is removed. When the remaining gases, impurities along with the hydrogen gas are passed through lead nitrate solution, the lead nitrate solution removes the impurity known as hydrogen sulfide. The remaining impurities with hydrogen gas is passed through potassium hydroxide solution, which removes nitrogen dioxide, carbon dioxide, and sulfur dioxide gases. The remaining impurity, which is the water vapors along with the hydrogen gas, is passed through anhydrous calcium chloride solution, and this absorbs water vapors. And when all the impurities are eradicated or removed, after removing these impurities, the dry and pure hydrogen gas is collected over mercury in an vacuolated flask. Here is the diagram to illustrate that the hydrogen with all the impurities are passed through the first container, that is the container which is a conical flask having silver nitrate solution, which absorbs arsine gas and phosphine gas. The second conical flask contains lead nitrate, and this lead nitrate solution removes hydrogen sulfide gas. The third is the conical flask containing potassium hydroxide, which removes nitrogen dioxide, carbon dioxide, and sulfur dioxide. The fourth U-tube contains calcium chloride anhydrous, which removes water vapors, and the gas which is produced after removing all these impurities is pure and dry hydrogen gas. That's all in this video.